So a lot of people want me to talk about chakra natures for some reason, and I mean, well, I'm not gonna say no. It is a very simple concept, so keep that in mind. There's not a whole lot to talk about here. So, first of all, it's pretty difficult to explain what a chakra nature is just because of how simple it is. The entire definition for it is pretty much in its name. All a chakra nature is the nature of a particular mass of chakra. There are many different kinds of chakra natures throughout the Naruto universe, and all of them are the basic foundation of many of the universe's ninjutsu. The five most basic of these chakra natures are fire or katon, wind or futon, lightning or raiton, earth or doton, and water or suiton. I doubt you need this explained to you, but each of the five chakra natures represents one of the five elements. Applying one of these five natures to a person's chakra changes the properties of that chakra, and doing so is referred to as a nature transformation. By applying both a nature transformation and a shape transformation, which changes a chakra's form, a person can perform one of many elemental ninjutsu. Each of the five chakra natures are strong against one chakra nature and weak against another. Fire is strong against wind, wind is strong against lightning, lightning is strong against earth, earth is strong against water, and water is strong against fire. As you can see, all of these advantages and disadvantages form a nice little circle, so they're easy to remember. While these advantages and disadvantages have no direct effect on people themselves, they are crucial in determining how certain ninjutsu react to one another. Anyway, moving on, the chakra of every shinobi in the Naruto universe, without exception, has an affinity for one of these five basic natures. Sometimes a person's chakra affinity is up to genetics, as most members of the Uchiha clan have an affinity for fire, and other times it's just a case-by-case thing. Generally, this nature affinity won't have any effect on a person's physical capabilities, but their natural affinity will make it easier for them to learn ninjutsu of whatever element they have an affinity for. Ninja with a fire affinity can learn fire jutsu more quickly, etc, etc. It is perfectly reasonable for somebody to be able to master an element that they don't have an affinity for, but this is relatively rare and typically requires at least a Jonin level skill. In extremely rare cases, a person will be able to master all five basic nature transformations, but doing so through natural means and with no outside assistance is very difficult. The only characters to have done this are Orochimaru, the first three Hokage, and the second Tsuchikage, so it is quite a feat. Anyway, moving on. By simultaneously applying 2 or 3 chakra natures to a person's chakra when performing a ninjutsu, it's possible to access some special nature transformations that exist outside of the basic 5. These special nature transformations are Ice Release, which is created by combining water and wind, Wood Release, which is created by combining water and earth, Lava Release, which is created by combining fire and earth, Storm Release, which is created by combining water and lightning, Dust Release, Akeke Toda, created by combining fire, earth, and wind, Explosion Release, Scorch Release, and Magnet Release. The elemental combinations for the last 3 are never outright stated in the manga or anime, but Explosion Release seems to be made up of earth and lightning, Scorch Release seems to be made up of wind and fire, and Magnet Release seems to be made up of wind and earth. Finally, we come to the last 2 nature transformations, Yin Release and Yang Release, which all non-elemental ninjutsu use as a foundation. Techniques that draw from Yin and Yang Release are very common throughout the series, and they include jutsu like Medical Ninjutsu, Shikamaru's Shadow Ninjutsu, the Sound Jutsu used by Orochimaru's henchmen in the Chunin exams, and everything in between. Most, if not all, Genjutsu also rely heavily on Yin Release, so it's safe to say that both Yin and Yang Release play a major role in the Naruto universe. When Yin and Yang Release are combined together, they produce Yin-Yang Release, which gives a person access to Hack's Jesus powers, like the ability to reverse the negative effects of the 8th gate and create an entirely new eyeball for somebody. Now then, I think that's about everything. I think I've done a pretty good job overviewing the concept of chakra natures as a whole. As much as I'd love to go into detail about each of these chakra natures individually, I think I'll save that for the future. If I were to cover each of the chakra natures in depth individually, I would be here all day, so if you guys want videos on any of them in particular, leave them in the comments below and I'll get to them in the future. As always, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe and maybe leave a like, and thank you for watching the video all the way to the end. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. I'll talk to you next time, and goodbye. Suikage out.